Dealers, Lakeland University, Z-Bart, Cannon and Dunphy, Loyal Family Renovations, Tsunami Express Car Wash, Steamfitters Local 601, Big Fish Contracting, SVA, a professional services company, WeatherTight, and Network Health on the home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Want your brand to turn heads and win hearts?
Captivate Exhibits can bring your brand to life by transforming lobbies, creating history walls, and beautifying facilities.
For over 32 years, Captivate has been the MVP of trade show exhibits and workplace design and fabrication. Let Captivate craft immersive branded environments that tell your story boldly, beautifully, and with purpose at events and around the office.
Score big by making your next event or your own space unforgettable. Create something legendary by getting started today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
When you're injured, you want quick, specialized care, not a long ER wait. The orthopedic care specialists at Ortho ASAP treat fractures, sprains, strains, sports injuries, and more right away. With on-site x-rays and expert care, Ortho ASAP gets you back on track faster. Open 7 days a week with locations in Brookfield and Pewaukee, it's more affordable than the ER. Walk in, get treated, and get back to life. Ortho ASAP. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
Elevate your escape during the summer of Audi at Audi North Shore and Audi Milwaukee, where you can save up to $15,000 on a new Audi or get low 2.99% financing for 72 months at Audi North Shore in Brown Deer and Audi Milwaukee, members of the International Autos Group, where our ordinary needs to be extraordinary. On select in-stock new units, savings include customer credit and dealer credit. Financing with approved credit, $15.19 per month per thousand finance. No down payment required.
Who handles the service and maintenance for your facility? Is it a Steamfitters Local 601 HVAC professional? If not, you might not be getting the best service. Our HVAC professionals undergo 10,000 hours of rigorous training, 1,200 hours in the classroom, and 9,300 hours of hands-on experience. That's the kind of expertise you can count on. For superior service and cost-effective solutions, partner with the best. Visit steam601.org to view our list of signatory contractors. Steamfitters Local 601, keepers of the craft, powering Wisconsin.
Get out of here and go!
Covering the Crew all season long on WTMJ, it's Brewers Extra Innings. Now live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee at the Avenue. Here is your host, Dominic Cotroneo.
Man, it's becoming like no big deal. Rinse and repeat. Another great offensive performance. Everybody reached base. Bunch of leadoff guys got on. They only hit one solo homer in this one, and yet the Brewers win again. Never a doubt in this one. 8-2, the final. They've got a perfect 5-0 against the Nats. They've taken today's series, and now they go for another sweep tomorrow and another season sweep against an opponent. 855-616-1620 is the phone number. Again, 855-616-1620, the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. Gary Augustine is with us, too. But first, in case you missed any of it, if you're in and out, if you're hanging out at the State Fair, let's get you caught up to speed with the highlight recap.
Ready for this?
Out of here!
This?
Brought it back! Ho, ho, ho!
And this?
It is gone!
Time for tonight's highlights.
All right, 16 runs a night ago and 25 hits. What would Game 2 have in store? Jake Irvin going for the Nats, Brandon Woodruff for the Crew, and the Brewers started off hot. Sal Frelick, a leadoff double, then a walk to William Contreras, a rare strikeout from Andrew Vaughn. Oh my goodness, he's human. No worries, Christian Yelich ready to get the offense kickstarted.
0-2 pitch, and this is line through the right side and into right field for a base hit. Frelick around third, he's headed for home. Here's the throw, it's late. Frelick slid in there just before the tag from Adams, and the Brewers on the board. 1-0 Crew on the RBI single from Christian Yelich.
And then the merry-go-round began. The next batter, Isaac Collins.
Irvin's 1-1 pitch, and this is line through the right side and into right field for a base hit. Contreras being waved home. Here's the throw from Lyle, and Contreras slides in there head first safely. It is 2-0 Milwaukee.
Keep the good times rolling. Revenge game part 2 for Blake Perkins.
1. Here's a line drive into right. That's down for a base hit. Yelich around third. He's going to score standing up. Stopping at second is Collins. 3-0 Milwaukee. My goodness, what a start to this game for the Crew.
In the blink of an eye, they picked up where they left off. How about on the other side? Brandon Woodruff, 6 up and 6
Here's
down.
the pitch from Woodruff. And he nailed the outside edge with a sinker at 96. Velo may be as good early as we've seen at any point in his 5 starts so far this year.
Later in the third inning, the Brewers now up 4-0. Christian Yelich leading off the frame and not wasting any time.
Christian Yelich, fly ball deep right center. Back they go. It is up. It is gone. Into the seats in right center field for Yelich on the first pitch of the third by Jake Irvin. Yelich's 21st of the year, and the Brewers are up 5-0 in D.C. They're scoring so quickly and so often that we're still in commercial when they do it.
I mean, he just, bam, first pitch of the inning, see you later, 5-0. Woodruff rolling along. He allowed a 2-run homer in the third, no big deal. But then that second time through the order absolutely locked things down. He finished his day in style, retiring 11 in a row.
So the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Wood. Woodruff brings home the pitch. And he went around. He offered at a changeup down in the dirt. Woodruff strikes out Wood. And the inning is over. Brandon Woodruff. Wow.
Of the last 11 he faced, 7 were strikeouts for Big Wood. Brewers would add on some more late. We could play every single highlight till the cows come home, but the point being the Brewers did some quality Brewers ball once again today. 8-2, the final over the Nats. They claim another series. Let's break it all down. Coming up next with Jerry Augustine right here on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Coming up, more Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
At Cousin Subs, the bigger your smile, the better we feel. That's why our menu features something for everyone, like our Wisconsin cheese curds, golden fries, creamy shakes, and mac and cheese, all paired with your favorite sub, or our subs in a bowl. And don't forget our kids' meals, now with a free cookie. Here's to a better day. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Cotroneo with a 2-run blast.
That's the sound of August Brewers baseball in Milwaukee. Make the most of every remaining summer game day and get your seats at brewers.com/tickets.
Artwork, especially original artwork, can be pricey. But when you take it in on consignment from nice people like you who are just ready to change the look of their home, you can price it right. And you'll find a lot of it at Design Exchange. Beautiful frame pieces by a number of notable artists. And new ones pop in all the time. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Now these tend to fly off the shelves. But don't worry, because our connection supplies us with a lot of them. Vintage ceiling tiles from once great old buildings in New York City that make for ultra-unique artwork. These items are definitely hard to find from anywhere else around here. So come take a look, and you'll probably find a treasure. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
With over 57 years of experience, family-owned Yutka Fence installs high-quality fencing with residential options, including vinyl, wood, aluminum, chain link, and ornamental fences. Committed to craftsmanship and customer service, Yutka Fence doesn't just build fences, they build relationships based on care, trust, precision, and protecting what matters most. Mention you're a WTMJ fan for 10% off your project. Schedule your free estimate today at yutkafence.com or call 262-859-3226.
This is Brewers Extra Innings.
Welcome back, Brewers Extra Innings. I'm Dom Cotroneo. Brewers Extra Innings all season long is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. With a local team right here in Milwaukee, they know how to hit it out of the park every time. For 15 years, they've been serving the community with industry-specific expertise and local decision-making. It's all going to help your business thrive. Experience the unique commercial banking value that only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC. I'm writing this out right now, Jerry Augustine, and I want to start with the pitching side today, and I want to start with Brandon Woodruff. The Brewers themselves are a perfect 5-0 when he takes the mound. And since his return to the starting rotation back on July 6th, the Brewers are now 17-4. Again, 21 games, 17-4 since Brandon Woodruff returned to the starting rotation. Personally, Augie, I don't think this is a coincidence.
I don't think so either. I just think when you talk about Woody, he's that leader type guy. Everybody calls him the Big Woo. I call him the Warrior, because each and every time he goes into the game, he goes out to establish himself. And how does he do that? Well, today he went out. He got the 3 runs early in the game. He was going to establish his fastball. He's going to go right at him, and that's what he did the first 2 and 3 innings. He just established his fastball, went right after him, and really threw the ball well. But the innings 4, 5, and 6, I don't think you can throw the ball any better than Woody did. He's got very good command of his pitches. Didn't use to break the ball as much as he usually does, because he didn't have to. He had such good command of his pitches today. His changeup was excellent. He had the 2-seamer going on the outside part of the plate, inside part of the plate, and then when he needed, he could reach back and throw that 4-seam fastball. Just fantastic about the command of his pitches going out. And really, I thought the 3, 4, 5 innings was as good as we've ever seen Woody. Velocity-wise, control-wise, poise-wise, just really focused and really. I tell you what, he probably walked off after the 6th inning and said, "Wow, this is fun. I feel really good," because he was dialed in.
You led me to my next point, Augie, that the velocity continues to ramp upward. Can you bring us into the mindset of a pitcher? And we've seen it with guys over the years where it doesn't necessarily, as the season goes on, maybe people would assume you're actually going to lose velocity, which was obviously a fear with Brandon Woodruff coming back from this major shoulder surgery. But some pitchers, and Woodruff being one of them, feel stronger as the season goes on. Why could that be? As you're abusing your arm, you're throwing as much as you do, and now we're seeing more 95s and 96s from Brandon Woodruff, and seeing that confidence and that arm speed on the changeup come back, and just see somebody that is starting to tap into that guy that we once knew he was.
I think he's more in a relaxed state now. He's still very competitive. He's the kind of guy that goes out in the game and he tries to look at the hitter and tries to diagnose the hitter and makes the adjustments when he's in the game. But I think from the beginning of the season, he was really trying to find out, how am I going to feel? I'm going to go out and I'm going to attempt to throw the ball with all my pitches I did before. Has he really changed from before he got hurt? No. He's the same pitcher, the same idea. He goes about his job the same way. But I think as the season's gone along and each of his starts, he's starting to get relaxed. He's starting to feel like confident that he can throw the ball at good spots. And I think once you get that poise, you slow the game down, and all of a sudden, boy, that arm action starts getting better. You start feeling more comfortable throwing the ball at good spots, and you're getting that good delivery. I think right now he's probably at the best stage he has been since he started. I thought today his delivery was fantastic. I thought the way he extended to the strike zones was outstanding. But he's getting to the point back where he's his old self now, where he's testing himself early when he came back, seeing where he has to go, what does he have to change, what does he have to do. Now, today, he went out right from the beginning, and he was the Big Woo, as I call him, the Warrior, because he went right at him with his fastball, located it very well. And I think as the season goes along, we talked about, will he get stronger? Will that fastball get better? And there's no doubt that he was throwing that 2-seam fastball down with a bit of sink on it, and that 4th fastball where he wants to locate it very well. It's just been dynamic. He's throwing the ball very well.
I mean, he entered today averaging 93 miles an hour on his fastball, which, again, we all expected this, right? We knew the velo was going to be a little down. But across the board, just for today's game, velocity was up by 1 mile per hour on average. He averaged 94, so a whole tick faster. And furthermore, he had the most pitches of at least 95 miles an hour or higher in a game yet this season. This was only his 5th start. He had 11 pitches at least 95 or above, going to what you're saying, that the delivery was synced up. The confidence was there, and we started to see that velo tap a little bit more here from Brandon Woodruff, because furthermore, the changeup was the primary secondary pitch today. We saw quite a few cutters the first time through. I think that was just more to get them off the scent of a potential changeup day. But my goodness, when he's throwing that changeup, and he saw 7 lefties in the order today, when he's throwing that changeup for both strikes and for chase, these hitters got to be in this box going like, well, I got to respect the 94 at the bottom of the zone. I'm chasing pitches upstairs, and here's a pitch that looks like it's at 94 at the bottom of the zone, and then it falls off the table because he's able to hide it so well. He has just perfect mechanics with that changeup.
Yeah, he was. And, you talk about what makes the pitches so successful. What's the release? I thought today his release point was excellent. You couldn't tell coming off it was a two-seam fastball, four-seam fastball, or even the changeup. He had such a good release. When you get that down, you get relaxed. Boy, you feel like you can throw the ball just about anywhere. But I really thought today he went out there as soon as they scored the 3 runs early, he went out there with a little bit of meaning, saying, hey, you know what? I am really going to set up my fastball. I'm going to go out and I'm going to challenge today with my fastball. And as he got on to the first 2 innings, boy, he started finding it. And then he found that good zone where he was really releasing, feeling like he could locate the ball everywhere. And when he gets in that park, I'm going to tell you what, he's as good as he gets because he can locate the two-seamer down, use a changeup, looks like the same pitch, and then sort of execute that fastball where he says, I'm going to throw it, you try to hit it, and he locates it so well. He was just dynamic today. I thought the last 3 innings was as good as we've seen Woody all year.
I agree. There was really good stuff from Brandon Woodruff today. He deserves a lot of flowers from this one. Let's talk a little offense coming up on the other side of the break. The Brewers get the victory 8-2. They've won another series right here on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
On deck, more Brewers Extra Innings.
At Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber Real Estate Services, we do more than close deals. We serve with gratitude and faith-filled purpose. We have sold over $300 million in real estate since 2020, and we're just getting started. What sets us apart? We care. Even if we're not your agent, we'll still help. That's the kind of stewardship the community deserves. If you're buying or selling across southeastern Wisconsin, let us earn your trust. I'm Tony Wendorf, and I want to create your red carpet experience. Contact us at wendorfteam.firstweber.com.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One Collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One Collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One Collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Looking for an e-bike? Shop Wheel and Sprocket and find rows and rows of bikes in a bunch of different styles and colors for you to see, touch, feel, and even test ride.
Visit wheelandsprocket.com for a location near you.
Life is short. Enjoy your ride.
Cotroneo with a 2-run blast.
That's the sound of August Brewers baseball in Milwaukee. Make the most of every remaining summer game day and get your seats at brewers.com/tickets.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Beautiful day here at the ballpark. Brewers get the win 8-2. I want to thank our friends at Satter Heating, Plumbing, and Electric. Call them if you need to stay cool, save some money, and trust the team that's been keeping Wisconsin comfortable for over a century. Visit Cider, SEIDER.com to schedule a free estimate for your service. With Jerry Augustine, former Brewers pitcher, I'm Dom Cotroneo. You know, I had a thought today, Augie, and a realization about what this Brewers offense reminds me of. You know the movie Sandlot and the scene where the Sandlot kids faced the Little League, the Tigers team, and they were talking smack to each other. Then the Sandlot kids just played ball and just were hitting it by and running the bases, sliding that montage. That's how the Brewers play baseball, and it's got to be the most infuriating way to face an opponent, the way that they are just putting bat to ball, making you stressed, always runners aboard, and just simply playing the game as it was intended.
I agree with you. You look at this team, I don't think there's – what caught me a little funny today is last night we have Contreras at 5 for 7 and scored through runs scored and RBIs. Today he's 0 for 4. He did walking and score a run, but it's just that's what this team is. There's just no one guy or no couple guys. It's everybody in this lineup saying, hey, you know what? We are not a home run hitting team. We're not built around hitting home runs. We're built around manufacturing runs. We're about making adjustments at the plate, getting on the base, run the bases well, use our speed to our advantage, and we're going to score runs. We're going to hit the ball all over the park. I think if you put down any one of the players on this ball club, you put a spreadsheet. The spreadsheet is all over the ballpark because they hit the ball to all places depending on the situation. And you know what? They've done some things we haven't seen in the past. Laying bunts down, the bunt by Sigler today. What an awesome bunt. Just perfect. They're going out and they're executing every phase of the game so well and using it to their advantage. I'll tell you, this team is a manufacturing run team, and I'm going to tell you what, it's fun to see. We like home runs, but this team does it a fun way, and they're fun to watch.
You know, we've talked about this sample size. You know, there's a couple of lines of demarcation here, but we can go back to May 24th. That was or May 25th was game one of this, but since May 25th, game one of that first 8-game winning streak, right? The finale in Pittsburgh, then it led into the sweep against the Red Sox and the sweep against the Phillies and all of that. But since that date, the Brewers are now 41-16. It's the best record in baseball in that time. But I'm glad you talked about the runs, Augie, because, since that time as well, and this number doesn't include today's game, but the Brewers have scored the second most runs in baseball since that date. And we can talk about the rates, and we can talk about the alphabet soup of numbers and how we analyze hitters. But the only number, truly, Augie, that ever matters in the game of baseball, did you score more runs than the other team? And I know we talk about, they need to slug more. They need to do this more. They need to get this kind of player. They need to get this kind of bat. They've scored the second most runs in baseball, only trailing the Toronto Blue Jays, mind you. Scored the second most runs in baseball since this hot streak began. They know this team is built on exactly the way they have won these 2 games and so many other games in the last 2 months or so.
Yeah, you look at what they are. You look at 14 for 39 with runners in scoring position. That's one thing that, I remember last year we always talk about this team has to get better. And one of the things we'd bring up a lot of times was hitting with runners in scoring position. You look at what their batting average was last year. I think it was about 240, 243, something like that last year. They're hitting at a clip of about 260, 270 right now. And they're one of the best in all of baseball. But even a neater fact that goes with that, Dom, is runners in scoring position with 2 outs, the batting average. It's well up there. I think I saw something the other day was about 250 or 258 or 260. That's phenomenal. These guys go up there, make adjustments, no matter what the outs are, and do the things you have to do. Execute what you have to do. Make the adjustments. Hey, if it calls for bunting, you bunt. If it calls for hitting the fly ball, hit the fly ball. If you come up and you can drive the ball the opposite way, depending on what the situation is, you hit the ball the opposite way. I think that's one thing where this team has really been way above expectations about what they would have done this year. Thinking it's taken away from, hey, we're not the big home run hitting team, but we're that manufacturing run team, and we're going to do it in a lot of ways, and that's what they do. They manufacture in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and to your point on the stat, runners in scoring position in 2 outs, including today, the Brewers are 5th in baseball at a 261 batting average in such situations. The Brewers are rolling right now, 855-616-1620. Aaron in Illinois, 24 runs, 40 hits, 6 walks, 2 stolen bases, even a hit batter, and still a game to go. Player of the game's got to be Brandon Woodruff. Got to love the Lockridge edition. This outfield is pretty deep. Let's hope Sal is okay. We'll get an update on Sal on the other side of this break. Doug, I see you online. We'll get to you on the other side of the break on 620 WTMJ.
Coming up, more Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
My gut tells me that this summer heat's going to last, and that means your AC's going to be put through the paces. Now, we all know that AC can take a licking and keep on ticking, especially if it's an Armstrong. But when yours needs to be put out to pasture, call Quality. With over 70 vehicles on the road, we'll be there in a hurry. And with over 60 years of experience, how can you go wrong?
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric. Nobody likes it when their old water heater sings its last song. But if there's a positive side to it, say you upgrade now with a tankless water heater. That means instant hot water on demand. Those old water heaters aren't exactly efficient either, but you ride them as long as you can. And when they can't do the job anymore, call Quality. Whether it's drain cleaning, snaking, or taking care of a leaky pipe or faucet.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
Don't think twice. Call Geis. For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage authority in Wisconsin. WTMJ's Greg Matzik here. Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to meet your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to GeisDoors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Hey, it's Vince Vitrano from Wisconsin's Morning News. It's baseball season, which means Brewers 360 is back every day at 8:40. Sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited. Every day, all season long, we're joined exclusively by Brewers guests, including manager Pat Murphy and more. So Murphy, as we're wrapping up our interview.
Great talking. We really enjoyed it. Okay.
I was like, you did? Is he just in a good mood, or what'd y'all do to Murph?
Brewers 360 is sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited and Big Fish Contracting. Welcome back to Brewers Extra Innings.
Brewers win 8-2 over the Nationals. I'm Dom Cotroneo. 855-616-1620, 855-616-1620. First, want to thank our friends Tony Wendorf and Associates. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, trust Tony Wendorf and Associates, one of the top real estate teams in Wisconsin and part of First Weber Real Estate Services. They bring faith, family, and red carpet experience to every home deal. Let's step up to the plate together. WendorfTeam.firstweber.com. We'll talk a little buying and selling in this segment, but first, let's get to the phone lines. Doug and Baraboo. Doug, you're live here on Brewers Extra Innings.
Good evening, Dom, Augie. Oh boy, another fun season. So I had a question for Augie. You know, I always wonder when you have a lead as we have today, and you put your setup guy in like Abner or your closer McGill, is that a good thing for them to get some work, or is that a kind of a detriment to their mentality? Because these guys normally come in in the high intensity situations, and you know, to get the setup and then to do the close. Especially this time of year, is that a good thing that they need work, or is that just wouldn't it be better maybe for them to rest and then come in a tight situation?
Well, Doug, I look at it with this pitching staff is that I think Murph has a certain way he wants to use the players, and he doesn't want to have too many guys have too many days off. He's going to make sure that they get their work in the situations. I think sometimes you get the guys in to stay consistent in how you're going to use them. And I think when you look at Uribe and you look at Mears today, and you look at Koenig, they hadn't pitched in a couple of days. You get them in, whether it's for 1 inning or 2 innings, just so you go in the game. It doesn't make any difference how the game is, whether you're up by a lot or back a lot. It's good to get in there and stay consistent. You keep their mind fresh. You'd say, hey, you know what? I better be ready on every other day, because that's where I'm going to be used. I'm going to be used maybe 2 days in a row. I know I'm going to get a day off. But that consistency that you use these guys keeps their mind sharp. And that's a lot about pitching, especially out of the bullpen. Pitching out of the bullpen is keeping your mind sharp that you're going to go in, get ahead of hitters, throw strikes, and not give in to anybody. And that's when you're successful. And I think that's what Murph is trying to do. He's trying to keep everybody on a consistent usage. And then what he'll do is he'll get Miguel in there when he's in. I would say tomorrow you might see Miguel for an inning just because he hadn't pitched in a while. But he's going to get these guys in there, and they all know that they're going to pitch on a consistent basis. It keeps them sharp, and that's what makes this bullpen so strong.
Yeah, I agree. Good call there, Augie. Thanks for the call there, Doug, as well. And to the thought of, you got to come in, stay sharp, and attack. And the Brewers did that today. And with respect to Easton McGee, he didn't yesterday in the final 2 innings. And you got to stay sharp. You got to stay mentally focused in those type of games. Real quick, though, injury update. Word from the Brewers clubhouse. Again, this is reported by Kurt Hogue of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Sal Frelick's injury is the same knee problem that he had earlier in the year that caused him to miss 3 games. It's part of his meniscus in his left knee, which he's had surgery on in college. Pat Murphy called him day-to-day. Sal was lifted after 4 innings in today's game due to this knee issue. So I guess, Augie, if we're trying to find a silver lining on this, it's not the hamstring, which he's already had to go on the injured list for, and B, it's something that he is telling me he's dealt with his entire career. This is not something that is a new injury or something foreign to him, so he knows exactly what kind of treatment it would need.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of different treatments you can go. I've had 2 knee surgeries, so I kind of understand where he is going. Where you have it, and then you have to make adjustments. And if it's bothering, I think what they'll do is they'll make sure that he's 100%. Number one, I think they'll make sure they go in and do the MRI and make sure that they're looking at all parts of it and make sure that he can become stronger. If this is something that has happened in the past, I'm sure they'll go over his history and say, what did you do to feel better? How did it work out for you? And then they'll diagnose it and probably maybe make a little bit of change in recuperating it. He might end up on the IL. But if it's on the IL, I think what they're doing is they're thinking about saying, I need you to be 100%, number one. And number two, I think we've got to look at an area where we can make you stronger, where you don't have this occur from time to time.
And then furthermore, for the Brewers, they acquired Brandon Lockridge, and timing was great with Chourio going on the injured list now, and who knows how long this is going to be for him. And I've seen some folks floating on social media, oh, he's out for the year. No one has said that ever. Nobody. Stop it. Get your news from trusted sources, the people that are in the clubhouse, pointing at myself here through the radio. But anyway, the Brewers, they have Lockridge, they have Perkins, they have Collins, they have the ability to cover this in a temporary fashion, in a day-to-day fashion. If Frelick is down, maybe then they have to get creative down in AAA to bring somebody up if they need some more extended time on the IL. For Sal, who knows? We don't know yet. We'll find out more probably tomorrow and Monday. One last thing for you here, Augie. When I look at the Brewers offensively today, you look at Yelly, 3 hits, a homer, 2 runs batted in. You look at 2 more hits from Sal before he was pulled from the game, 3 hits from Terang. I just see sound approaches, and I see everybody kind of being the same guy, the same tough out. And I just sit here and think, man, it is so hard to sit here and complain about a day that both William Contreras and Andrew Vaughn went a combined 1 for 9, and yet the Brewers scored 8 runs. Like, that's a sign of a healthy lineup.
I think this ball club and Dom, I don't think it's just who's in the lineup that day. I think it's the guys who are on the bench also. I think you got 25 guys that are confident in what they can do, that understand they have to make adjustments when they go to plate, and they're going to go up there with the idea of say, hey, you know what? The way I approach it at the plate, I'm going to look for my pitch and I'm going to hit my pitch when I get it. Sometimes it's going to be early in the count. Sometimes I'm going to be a little patient and take some pitches. But this club is going in there, each and every one of these guys that go to the plate, and you can pick up Sal since they put him in the beginning of the lineup, and along with Contreras and Yelly especially. These guys go up there and they make adjustments, and we're seeing guys relaxed. We're seeing them going up there and being patient at times, but yet being aggressive when they have to be. And I just think they're in a zone right now where it doesn't make any difference of who they play or who pitches against them or wherever it is. They're going to stay within themselves because they know on a confidence basis they stay within themselves. They stay in their process. They're going to have success. And, boy, how can you say anything but not having success the way this team has hit the last 2 months?
Yeah, they've been on fire, 41-16 over their last 2.5 months. And Augie, hopefully we're talking about another sweep tomorrow, my friend. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, we got Miz tomorrow. This is going to be exciting. Now, I got a little pumped up before I got off last night. I'm a little more pumped up today because Miz is coming off. It's going to be interesting, the adjustment he made from last outing to this outing. Now he's seen a great pitching game by Woody today, and if you did see Woody, he was looking at his pitches on the bench. Who was sitting right next to him? Miz. He was checking in, just saying, "Oh, I got to watch how this guy does it." But fun day tomorrow. Miz on the mound. It's going to be fun.
Yep, I agree entirely. Former Brewers pitcher Jerry Augustine joining us here. Ryan, I see you on the line. I'll get you to the other side of this break. 855-616-1620, 855-616-1620 on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
On deck, more Brewers Extra Innings.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
Being present and in the moment for family activities was impossible because Will Burt was so focused on the constant pain in his leg.
My wife likes to take walks. I always kind of dreaded going on walks because they hurt. The boys both play baseball. I coach their teams. I was going to do them and be in pain and be uncomfortable and kind of sacrifice my own health.
An old Achilles injury left Will coping with agonizing pain until he discovered the natural biologic treatments at QC Kinetics. No surgery or steroids. The procedure took place in the office, and Will walked right out.
I feel great. There's no pain. There's no tenderness.
Patients like Will are feeling amazing and living their best lives.
Ironically, just got off the golf course today, so I think that's a good telltale sign that the Achilles is feeling better.
Don't be in pain another day. Call QC Kinetics for your free consultation. Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on August 5th.
Cotroneo sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Atlanta Braves.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness, third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Tune in August 5th at 6:15 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
This is Brewers Extra Innings.
Brewers win. Easy player of the game poll today. I'm Dom Cotroneo. Thanks for joining us. Going till the top of the hour. Player of the game is brought to you by International Autos Group. Just like the game's MVP, you can drive in a summer in style and save up to $10,000 on in-stock BMWs, Audis, Mercedes-Benz, and more. No tariffs, just huge savings. Visit iamilwaukee.com. International Autos Group, where ordinary needs to be extraordinary. On the poll on Twitter, Brandon Woodruff running away with it, 69% of the vote there. Let's get to the phone lines, 855-616-1620. Ryan in Racine has been waiting. Ryan, you're live on Brewers Extra Innings.
Hey, Dom, thanks for taking my call. Obviously you talked about our pitching is good, starting and in the bullpen as well. I know people were maybe a little disappointed that we didn't go get a big bat like Suarez and, whoever else was out there. But I think the one thing that this team has that maybe not a lot of teams have is we are a very gritty team, right? Joey Ortiz, I know he doesn't always, have a ton of hits or everything, Durbin, everything like that. They run out every ground out. They're trying to make every play that they can. And I think that is bigger than maybe sometimes having a power bat who he grounds out and he just, slowly walks to first versus you got these guys who are trying to get an extra base every time. And I think that's going to be big for the Brewers down the stretch.
I agree entirely. Thanks for the call and the commentary there, Ryan. I mean, I looked at, Terang's double in the third inning. It didn't lead to another run for the Crew, but, it was a pretty routine shot to the gap, but it didn't get to the track. It didn't get very deep, and he was thinking, too, out of the box, already up 4-0 in the third inning. Those are the type of little plays that help win the game. And like I said in the last segment with Augie, the Brewers' offense scored 8 runs on a day where their 2 and 3 hitters, Contreras and Vaughn, they were finally human, right? They went 1 for 9 combined between the two of them. They both reached base, but that's the sign of this lineup is deep and it's trusting and it's understanding. Durbin had the day off today, and Anthony Siegler even hit the ball hard a couple of times and had a bunt base hit and a stolen bag. Everybody contributed to this win in one way or another, and it was all led off by Brandon Woodruff at the top. And before anyone says, oh, well, it's the Nationals, it's what they're supposed to do, they're not facing anybody good, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. This is a big league team on the other side. If the Brewers were in nail-biters in 3-2 games, you'll be sitting here, oh, they should have been winning 8-2. And now they win 8-2, they win 16-9. You're like, well, it's the Nationals. Talk me when they beat a good team. The Brewers, again, have the best record in baseball, and by having the best record in baseball, they have the best record against teams above 500. I'm pulling up the stat right now. Among teams, this is insane because teams that are currently 500 or better, okay? So it could change throughout the season if teams fall below 500, but right now they are 33-22 against teams above 500. The best winning percentage in baseball. You want to know by comparison, just for the sake of things, the Cubs, they're 32-31. 1 game above 500. The Brewers are 11 games above 500. Doesn't mean it's going to be easy down the stretch. They got the Mets lurking coming up next weekend. They've got another hard series still remaining down the road with those Cubs, that 5-game set down there. They've still got a series remaining at home against the Philadelphia Phillies. So they've even got one with the Toronto Blue Jays. So the point being, the Brewers are proving they can hang with the big boys, and it may not be the sexiest way or hitting a bunch of home runs, but this is how they do it. They do it by manufacturing runs, playing like the Sandlot kids. That's what they are. They're Sandlot. They play ball, a very fun brand of baseball. Brewers win 8-2. We'll hear from the manager, Pat Murphy. It's coming up on the other side of the break here on 620 WTMJ.
Coming up, more Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Looking for localized banking solutions and a strategic partner? Fifth Third Bank has been shaping the future for businesses for 167 years and for the last 15 right here in Milwaukee. We offer industry-specific expertise, local decision-making, and extensive experience to help you navigate the ever-changing business landscape with your business in mind. At Fifth Third, we're big enough to provide sophisticated solutions and expert guidance, yet empowered to make local decisions and build strong community connections. Experience the commercial banking value only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
Some of our customers want a glass shower door for the look. Some want it for a better use of their space, while others need a new glass shower door just to be safe. Like a customer we had last month. Her daughter had been hounding her to turn that old bathtub of hers into a walk-in shower. She was afraid her mother might slip when there was no one around to help her. Stepping over that bathtub wall isn't exactly safe. And besides, those old bathtub floors can be kind of slippery too. Installing a new glass shower door is pretty affordable. And not only is it safer, but it also gives your bathroom a great new look. And when you stop in our showroom, you'll see just how many options we have to give you the look you want. This is Stacy Sinks with Les's Glass Service. And glass and mirrors have been our business for over 35 years. So if it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Les's Glass. Les's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lesglassservice.com.
When people think sleep apnea, they think CPAP. Now at Advent, we do all we can to help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine. And most sleep apnea sufferers who come to Advent are going to be able to avoid a CPAP altogether. Our unique Advent approach using simple in-office solutions can get your nose working and throat open all under one roof. You see, the root of every snoring and obstructive sleep apnea problem lies within the throat, nose, or both. At Advent, we know when we get the nose and throat working properly, most snoring and sleep apnea problems will subside. And we have the most simple and convenient, ultra-effective in-office solutions that can do just that. And this is why people have traveled by planes, trains, and automobiles from corners of the world you would never think of to find the sleep apnea and snoring relief you won't find elsewhere.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Most insurance accepted.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Brewers Extra Innings is brought to you by Surfside, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Surfside iced tea and vodka and Surfside lemonade and vodka, paired perfectly with a day at the ballpark and stocked at American Family Field all season long. An 8-2 victory for the Crew and a happy manager in the postgame.
We did a good job. Some great at-bats. I think of Bielli and Terang right off the bat, but we had other great at-bats, Perk and Collins, and, so many great at-bats today, and just keep going. And that's good to see. Lockridge came off the bench and gave us a big sac fly in a big time with 2 strikes, and just little things in the game you see, and you're like, wow, that's it's important. Getting leadoff guy on base. Yeah.
I think you had the leadoff hitter out in almost every inning. How much does that put pressure on you?
Yeah, especially when you're behind, and when we run like we run, it does. Puts pressure on him. So yeah, it was good. Sal had to leave the game. That's a knee problem again. The same thing he had during the Chicago series, so a while back, where he missed that in 3 of the games.
What's the concern with Sal?
Yeah, it's part of his meniscus. He's had surgery on it back in 19, and the doctors will have to tell you what they think, but it's kind of day to day right now, which is a blessing. But there's nothing to say it can't keep coming up. So last time he missed 3 games, we'll see.
Do you have imaging on it, or something?
Yeah,
That's just
they have an image. Yeah, they have an image, and they saw it. They reviewed it again today. So, yeah.
Did he aggravate it on that slide when Contreras?
He did it in the box. He did it in the box. The second at bat, he felt his cleat got stuck, and that was. Yeah, we can't afford to. I mean, we got Cotroneo down for a while. Now Sal. We don't exactly. Position player depth, we have some, but it's not as deep as we'd like. But yeah, we'll just keep rolling.
Did you guys already get the reading of the images?
It's an old image that he got, and then the doctor feels pretty confident because of the injury that it is. It's something about it's right on a suture that he had before, the spot where they. I'm not sure how it all ties in, but they say it's fairly common, and. Yeah, when you wrench it a little bit, it flares up on you. So,
what do you think of Woodruff's efficiency?
I thought he was great. He was so angry that one pitch to Hassel, and I think he realizes that I think he threw him 6 baseballs in a row. But Hassel, what a great prospect he is, and what kind of bat speed he has, and that type of thing. So. I think he'd like that one back. Other than that, he was flawless. He had the 1 walk. And how many did he punch?
8.
6 innings, 8 punch. It's not bad.
What are you seeing as the stuff keeps the fastball velo keeps ticking up? Where does your mind kind of go when you see him slowly getting?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for him. He's worked so hard, and I'm more concerned about the command. And it's been great that he stays there even when the velo ticks up, that the command stays there. The changeup is always there. He has to have it. The cutter's a good pitch, threw a couple curveballs today. But Woody's, he's so focused and so committed that, yeah, it's just a great thing for our team, but a great example for the young pitchers in the room like Priester and stuff like that. It carries its weight.
With pitching, obviously rotation is drastically different than it was in April, but also the situation, there's more of a surplus, especially with Gasser getting ready or making some moves. What does that mean, especially at this point in the season?
Well, it's comforting to know that, if we have an injury or somebody needs to go on the IL or whatever, that we have other guys with major league experience. But what we're trying to achieve, is not just anybody stepping in. Everybody has another pitcher that can come up and pitch. We need somebody good enough to win and give us a chance to win. I think we're lucky because we have, Gas is a little bit far away, but it's still a body at some point, hopefully September, and hopefully it's, he was really good when he pitched last year, but he's only pitched 4 or 5 major league games in his life, so.
Yeah, Gasser's just another feather that the Brewers have that they can choose from in the quiver of arrows, but I don't think anybody is relying on innings from Robert Gasser for the rest of this season. Now, it'd be nice to have, obviously, but I think the priority for Robert Gasser this year is get healthy, prove that you got length, and then have a healthy, normal offseason, not try to do too much with him when it comes to the starting rotation, because maybe he stays in stay-ready camp just in case something drastic happens, but I don't think the Brewers are going to be asking a lot out of Bob Gass. All right, take our last break and wrap up the program previewing tomorrow next on 620 WTMJ.
On deck, more Brewers Extra Innings.
Elevate your escape during the summer of Audi at Audi North Shore and Audi Milwaukee, where you can save up to $15,000 on a new Audi or get low 2.99% financing for 72 months at Audi North Shore in Brown Deer and Audi Milwaukee, members of the International Autos Group, where our ordinary needs to be extraordinary. On select in-stock new units, savings include customer credit and dealer credit. Financing with approved credit, $15.19 per month per thousand financed. No down payment required.
Julie Granger is the president of Junior Achievement of Wisconsin. Julie, your organization has business technology from James Imaging Systems. Yet today, please tell us about Junior Achievement's unique mission.
Junior Achievement of Wisconsin has a mission of inspiring and preparing young people for success in a global economy. We serve students anywhere from kindergarten through 12th grade, and we just started serving young adults 18 to 25.
I understand financial literacy is also an important part of your mission.
Financial literacy is critical to the long-term success of every individual so that they can plan their futures and they can live their dreams.
To help turn those dreams into reality, how can everyone get involved?
We are looking for people who are willing to donate their time, treasure, and talent to the organization.
What's the first step?
The best way to reach us is through our website, wisconsin.ja.org.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
This is Brewers Extra Innings.
Brewers win. How about it? Pocket pancakes. Power of the pocket pancakes. Jenny from Vernon texting that in as well. Keep them coming. Brewers get the win 8-2. Tomorrow it's the Miz going for the sweep. Jacob Mezarowski gets the ball. Going up against Lord, the right-hander Brad Lord, who's been in and out of the bullpen for the Nats this year. He's only made 8 starts, but he's still thrown 74 innings. Lord, right-hander, 2-5, 3.27 ERA. Miz, 4-1, 2.70 ERA. His last start, he got up to 80 pitches. He only threw 4 innings because of that 40-pitch first against the Cubs, but if he looks more like the last 3 innings of that game against the Nats, man, this could be a long day for Nationals hitters. By the way, 12:35 first pitch, to a different time than you're maybe used to. We're on the air right at high noon. Noon at 12 o'clock airtime for a 12:35 first pitch. No Brewers warm-up tomorrow. Just getting straight into the baseball with the On Deck Show built by Menards. Today was a good day. The Cubs lose. Come from behind win for the Orioles over Chicago. 4-3. A Gunnar Henderson 3-run homer in the top of the 8th inning. It came off of Caleb Thielbar, his 3rd blown save of the season, as the Cubs level that series at a game apiece right after the Cubs have announced they will be hosting the All-Star Game in 2027 at historic Wrigley Field. Other finals that matter to the Brewers today, a lot of day games that happened. In the National League anyway, the Dodgers playing interleague play in Tampa, and they lose 4-0 in Blake Snell's return to the active roster from his shoulder issues. Yanni Diaz hit 2 homers in that game. Also today, the Phillies lose to the Tigers. 7-5 the final in that one, so it helps out the Brewers in their quest for the best record in the National League. The Brewers currently holding a 66-44 record, 2 games clear of both the Cubs and the Dodgers. Now keep in mind, we talked about the Cubs stretch, that they have a pretty easy stretch after the Brewers face them in 3 weeks' time. The Dodgers, keep in mind, they still have a ton against their own division, including against the recently sold-off Arizona Diamondbacks, including against 7 more against the Colorado Rockies. They've got 6 more against the Arizona Diamondbacks. San Francisco sold off a lot. They got 7 more with them. So thinking that the Dodgers are not going to be a 1 or 2 seed is ill-advised because they do have an easier division. How about that sentence, right? No one thought this at the start of the year, that it is now, just like it probably should have been all along, a 2-horse race in the NL West. It's the Dodgers and the Padres. Everybody else is too far behind. So the fact that there are 3 teams that are not going to make the playoffs in the NL West could make it a little bit easier on both LA and San Diego. This race is far from over. It is going to get difficult down the stretch, but getting a sweep tomorrow against the Nationals would certainly help the cause for the Crew. That is going to do it for our program here this evening. Again, we're on the air at high noon tomorrow, 12 o'clock. Have us on your radio, put us on the lake. Maybe you're hanging out, driving around, and then we'll have the On Deck Show take you to a 12:35 first pitch. The Miz is going to be on the mound. Then it's on to Atlanta, taking on the Braves for 3 games at Truist Park. Our producer has been Evan Wittallison. I'm Dom Cotroneo. Until next time, keep on swinging.
Trust in your family's comfort at home with Cider heating,